Hey everyone, J-Ro here, back with another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video, and today I am bringing you a no limited weapon clear for the Battle Tower Singularity, the Maelstrom Tower, Rampage of Ruin, Brutal Basement level 23 against the Yellow Watermelon Tonberry. Alright, so before we get into it, if you could please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. Alright, so the Yellow Watermelon Tonberry. This was our boss back around one of the summer events, so pretty fun to get a chance to fight against him again. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into his boss details. He is weak against water, resistance to nothing, recommended sigil to bring it X, immune to poison, darkness, silent stun, fatigue, fog, physical attack down, and magic attack down. Alright, physical attack changes based on the force gauge concentration. The gauge can be depleted with damage, and the greater the chain of consecutive attacks, the more the gauge will be depleted. Physical attacks are effective against this enemy, so they are suggesting that you bring water physical here. Alright, I have not tested if you could actually beat this with magic water. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't, but they suggest physical attacks, so I'm going with physical attacks, okay? Alright, so one thing they do not note in the boss details is that he will cast darkness on your highest physical attack unit, so you do want to make sure you bring in Asuna darkness. Other than that, everything else about the battle is the same as kind of mentioned here. Alright. So for this, I am bringing Sephiroth as my water DPS, Matt as my healer, and Angel as our tank. Okay? So before we get into the builds, let's go ahead and jump in and take a quick look at our high wind here. Alright. That's the stats. Here are the abilities. And just so the notes, see, Sephiroth's character stream is not updated. Matt's character stream is not updated, and Jill's character stream, on the other hand, is updated for resistances, but nothing that is needed for here probably. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into Matt. And I will mention, these fights have started getting harder, so I am actually having to do full builds now. So, I mean, you'll get into it and see what I got here. Alright, so Matt is using his elite uniform for heal and physical defense. Alright, that's the gear voucher costume. In the main hand, we have Centipede, of course, for an AoE heal and our physical defense up, mid, maximum, high, giving the R abilities heal and buff debuff extension. Next up, I'm bringing the Bramble Spine. This weapon raises physical attack up and also places a regen on the target as well. It gives the R abilities heal and magic defense. Next up, we have the Ultimate Broadsword Axis, which gives heal and magic defense. Also is a heal and regen. Alright. Next up on sub equips, I do have Shark Slayer for boost HP and and buff debuff extension. And next up, I do have the Viper Healbook for physical defense, magic defense, and I have an open slot. Alright. So looking at Matt's R abilities, we are looking at HP level 2, physical defense level 4, heal level 10, buff debuff extension level 6. Alright. In the third materia slot, which is a 20% plus heal slot, I do have a Cura. That is a heal stat stick. Then next up is that Asuna Darkness that I mentioned earlier. So here it is. And last but not least, Aurora, that is a physical defense stat stick. Alright. And I am bringing along the Vanquishing X just to remove any physical attack or magic attack that the enemy has. Alright. So with this, Matt's stats come out to be 12.8k HP. Physical defense 257, heal 4.1k. Alright. So let's go ahead and check out Angel. And I had to do a little something special for Angel here. Alright, so Angel is wearing his 1.5-year anniversary costume, the Garb of the Worthy. I needed it for the reprieve. You will see in the battle that the reprieve was necessary in order for me to get the clear in this manner. In my regular clear where I use an actual team with limited weapons, I was able to get the clear with no problems, but this one I needed that reprieve. You will see when we get to the battle actually how that goes. Alright, so the only guild weapon I did bring was the Orchid Shovel. This will give us our provoke because we want all attacks to go toward Angel. It gives us the R abilities Earth Resist and Physical Defense on allies. Next up we have the Great Sword A, which gives us our physical defense down high and gives him Veil. Also give him the R abilities Physical Attack and Physical Ability Potency. Next up we have the Ultimate Type 90 Longsword, which gives us physical and magical defense up mid-tier, and also physical and magical defense for our abilities. Alright, for the sub-equips, I am bringing the Buster Sword Origin for physical defense HP, the Arctic Star for physical attack and buff debuff extension, and Stalwart Integrity for HP and buff debuff extension. Alright, so with this, his R abilities come out to be boost HP level 5, physical attack level 5, physical defense level 5, Earth Resist level 4, physical ability potency level 4, buff debuff extension level 4, and there you have it. Alright, taking a look at materia right quick. This one is a physical defense HP stat stick. The second materia is a physical defense stat stick. And the first materia is a physical defense HP stat stick. Alright, last but not least, I am using his Astra limit break. Alright, so with this, his stats come out to be HP 20k, physical attack 5.4k, physical defense 383, and there you have it. Alright, so let's hop over to our DPS now. We have Sephiroth. Sephiroth is running his Nanat jacket, which gives him buff debuff extension and Waterblade Arcanum. You can also change this out for his Belt of the Worthy outfit, which is his all elemental Arcanum. So, you know, that's always an option there. Or if you have one of his, or if you have his FF6 crossover Arcanum, you can wear that as well. Alright, in the main hand we have the Tempest, water DPS and weapon, along with giving us water resist now. Here are the brands on it. Next up, I'm using the Gil Reed for the R abilities of physical attack and limit break potency. Alright, no ultimate weapon is equipped, so sub equips. We are bringing the Feather Gloves for attack and water potency, Enemy Launcher for attack and physical ability potency, and Mad Minute for HP and physical ability potency. Alright, so with this, his R abilities come out to be boost HP level 2, physical attack level 7, attack level 6, water potency level 7, physical ability potency level 6, limit break potency level 4, buff debuff extension level 2. For his materia, I have a physical attack stat stick here in the third slot. The middle slot is a physical attack and physical defense stat stick. And last but not least, one of my highest physical attack stat sticks. I actually had to use my highest physical attack stat sticks here. And all characters do have a X sigil on them. I didn't note that, but in the third slot of each character is an X sigil. Okay, besides the Cura on Matt. Matt's is in the first slot. Alright, going back to Sephiroth here. Of course, because he's our water DPS, we are using Leviathan. And last but not least, let's look at the stats. For HP, we have 12.7k, physical attack 9.1k, physical defense 176, and there you have it. So, unfortunately, I had to go ahead and use Angel's new outfit, but the reprieve was necessary for me to get the clear in this manner. So, you be the judge if that's still considered limited or not, considering you can still go get the outfit. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in and get this clear against Basement 23 against the Yellow Watermelon Tonberry. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. So right around 3 to 4 ATB, he's going to cast Blindfold, which is the darkness that I mentioned. So you want to go ahead and get that cured as soon as possible. Alright. Alright, so Angel is going to get his Provoke going. Sephiroth is going to start doing DPS. And Matt is going to go ahead and buff Sephiroth's physical attack. Angel is getting the physical defense down. Alright, so we're off to the races now. Alright, now Matt's just gonna get our physical defense back up. Alright, so Sephiroth is hitting for about close to 300k. Alright, and that's with physical attack up and physical defense down. Alright, so now he's buffed his physical attack. And here's the fourth gauge. So as you can see, it's Watermelon Bash Stance 1. So what you have to do, every time you do an attack, and this does count your automatic attacks, you know, the little attacks your character automatically do, those count towards that chain. And as you see, that bar is able to be reduced more because you actually, it counts every hit that Watermelon Tonberry takes from every character. Alright. Now here comes Bash Stance 2. These, as long as it's saying Bash Stance 2, it is going to be able to be defended against. But the second you start seeing Bash Stance 3, those are going to be one-hitter quitters, okay? As you see, that was almost nothing for NGL to tank there. Alright, so we're going to just keep doing our damage. Should be getting ready to come up on a sigil phase here soon. Alright, red fireworks is a high damaging move, and then the next move should be yellow fireworks. There it is. Yellow fireworks remove physical defense mid-tier. So just make sure you watch out for that. Alright, so now, during this sigil phase, you just I went ahead and used my overspeed so I could go ahead and knock out those sigils as quickly as I could. Alright, as you can see, we're down to 1, so from here we'll go back to DPSing. Alright, Sephiroth just got his physical attack buff. Alright, everything's going pretty smooth here. So I'm going to hold my Leviathan for the next time that fourth gauge comes up. Alright, because it's getting ready to come up right now, actually. Alright, look at that 5 to a physical attack he has, okay? And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and just throw all limit breaks and summons on it. Should knock out the bar because these are the first hits on that bar as far as the chain goes. But it'll be enough to knock most of the bar out. Okay. Alright, so next up, we're just going to keep doing our damage here so we can knock this bar out and stun the boss. Almost at half. Getting there. Alright, so that's a Bash Stance 2, so this is one we can defend against. Alright, targeting Angel as planned. So until he gets ready to hit, we're gonna do DPS, and here it comes. Oops, I did not switch to defense. Alright, still, didn't even take a lot of damage, but it's fine. Alright. Alright, there you go. Okay, there's Stick Smash. Okay, just a little attack. Alright. See, it's just pretty simple until after he starts doing stance level 3. After that, he turns into a Hashira on you in the worst way possible. Alright. So everything's going according to plan. We just doing our DPS, keeping them debuffs going, and there's the stance. Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and activate the overspeed so everybody can go ahead and attack extra, a little bit extra with their ATB. Oh, got tidal wave, so I'm gonna go ahead and instantly go ahead and use it. Alright. There we go, got some good damage in. But I didn't have my physical attack up, but that's okay. That's fine. I can live with that. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get that up. Alright. Here comes Bash Stance 3. These are one-hitter quitters. These you cannot survive them no matter what, unless you somehow damage mitigate them. Probably like this area. Because Angel, I think, is about to take 53k damage with extra high defense buff. We'll see here in a second. Luckily, we're getting ready to be in the last little segment of the Yellow Tonberry's health. Alright. Alright, I'm switching to defense here. Watch it. Let's see. And boom. Yeah, the only reason Angel is here is because of the reprieve at this point now. So, and this was the purpose, because I wasn't able to actually beat this without the reprieve. I actually threw it on to see if I could get the clear. So we'll see how it goes from here. Alright. Alright, so as you see, I had everybody tossing some ruin roots and stuff so we could get that chain level up. And then now I'm gonna hit this bar twice with Sephiroth the stunning. It gives us a few seconds to go ahead and attack. Alright. Making sure that provoke is on Angel, so that way he will aim at Angel for this watermelon thrash. As I said, this is a one-hitter quitter hit. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna hold this Leviathan because that concentration bar should come back up shortly. And a pardon gift from Angel, we are going to activate Ad Astra for Sephiroth and Matt on his way out the door. Like I said, Angel will not survive this no matter what, so might as well make sure to pass a gift along. And there it is, 59k. Good God. Okay, next. Alright, just gonna keep. At this point, I'm just doing damage with Matt. Alright, there it is. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a few chains in here. Go ahead and get Matt's overspeed going so we can get a few extra hits in before Sephiroth hits in this chain. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Leviathan here. This should stop it. Yep, that took out the bar. And we're very close to beating him now. Good, good. Uh-oh, he lost his focus. Let's see. Alright, at this point, since I know Matt is gonna go here, I'm gonna just keep making sure Sephiroth's physical attack buff is going to stay up. Like, I'm just gonna keep making sure to extend Sephiroth's physical attack buff, because the worst thing that could happen is me being this close and Sephiroth losing that physical attack buff. We already lost the physical defense down that Angel left on him, so we're stuck with just Sephiroth here. All right, it's close. It's very close. All right, and goodbye, Matt. It was nice knowing you. 173k. Good God. Okay, let's keep going. Alright. Waiting to see if that bar was gonna come up. And there it is. It came up just as I hit that. But this should be the final thrust. Alright. And there you have it. That is how we take down the Battle Tower Singularity, the Maelstrom Tower, Rampage of Ruin, Brutal Basement level 23 against the Yellow Watermelon Tonberry. Alright, so some takeaways for this battle. First and foremost, you do want to bring your strongest physical water DPS. So if you have the limited Glen with Slay the Day, probably would be the best. Next up after that would be definitely Yuffie with her water DPS weapon from the Rebirth crossover that has exploit weakness. Then of course you can also bring Sephiroth as a secondary DPS, but you can also bring Red 13 as your healer because he does have water in peril, so you can do that as well. I also suggest you do bring somebody for provoke, so that way you can make sure you know who is going to be targeted by the physical base attacks from the Yellow Watermelon Tonberry. Alright, so I think that just about covers it. I appreciate you watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on the video. Remember to leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post that content. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Later.